I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc the Mike.
What is up, guys?
Chillin', Mark.
Yeah,
how you
man.
doing?
It's been a long week, and
well, we had technical difficulties.
You like my sign? You like my picture I put up on Instagram about the technical difficulties of the drunk with the camera?
The one from the Simpsons?
Uh-huh.
Was it the one from The Simpsons?
Yeah. Yeah, I put it up on Instagram because I kind of pretty much put we were doing the cast today at 4 o'clock and everything. So I put technical difficulty because technically that was what it was. My computer shut down, and right now it's shut down still. And so our Jinkies, our buddy that always we take away sandwich. So today he earned his sandwich. Like he can have a sandwich because he let me use his awesome little tablet / computer, and I'm able to record. So I can use this until I temporarily to save money to buy a brand new laptop, or maybe mine will decide to work when it wants to. But for then, I'm using this, and it's good. At least we have our recordings going for this week.
And you know what? I was gonna wait, but you know what's going on right now? Pre-Black Friday sale.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's selling everything.
Yeah, but right now I'm like I have part like I gotta get the kids stuff and like that. So my priorities right now is like let me get this shit first, and then I'll move on to that. Yeah, but it works. It's good. That's what I'm using now, and I'm happy that I got it. Thank you, Jinkies.
Yup.
For the assist and the help to keep our podcast going. Even though we do, seeing that it is Thanksgiving coming up, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We do have some bonus stuff this week for you guys. So we have...
Is that a brand new podcast?
So we have a debuting podcast we just decided to do just because Star Wars is a big thing right now and everyone is talking about the Mandalorian and everything. So I brought up the idea to Tommy because he likes Star Wars. He's a big fan of Star Wars. I'm a okay fan. I'm like I like the lore. I know enough. I know more than most.
Okay. Did you read like the Dark Horse stuff?
Yeah, I used to read it.
Not canon, but did you actually read that?
I used to read some of the Dark Horse stuff. I was really big into the books when I was a kid.
Wait, didn't it used to be the extended universe and then they changed that? Or was it always just a side thing that they kept to the side?
So they kind of kept the comic books to be canon with the original movies when Dark Horse was doing them. But once Disney bought them out, anything that was not a part of the first 3 movies before that is not canon, except for the only one that's exception is the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoon.
Really?
And that one connects really well and actually tells a lot of the story. And then the current cartoon of Rebels and stuff like that.
Are you trying to tell me that my favorite character, Star Killer, is not canon?
As of right now, no. Oh, he was technically not canon at all.
No, I don't even know what the hell he was. He was just in Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
On Force Unleashed, he was in Soul Calibur. How about that?
But yeah, he like most of the stuff is not canon. So we decided to do a podcast. We're gonna do right now. We're just focusing on the movies. So the first cast is called Not a Trekkie. Mm-hmm. It's all Not a Trekkie, all everything Star Wars cast. That's the whole name, but we just say Not a Trekkie. It's all about Star Wars. So we did our first episode this Saturday, and it turned out well live. We did it live on Twitch TV, and then my computer started fucking up after that.
Oh,
no. So yeah. So we did the Star Wars stuff, and
do you remember anything that you talked about?
Pretty much we did a review of the movie, probably our first experiences of what Star Wars was to us, and like what was the first movie we saw, and what the world became, and what we think of the world in that sense. So, yeah, that's kind of the general of the cast that we started, and then we did our full review of A New Hope.
You know, I always thought about, is there a movie that explains just general like how life got to what the points that it got to in Star Wars?
Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights of the Old Republic did that?
The game did a really good job in explaining the Jedi and the mythos of the Jedi and all that shit.
Does it explain the technology? Like, when did mankind in that universe, they explain, like, well, you know, we used to be like X, and then at this point we discovered, because I always wonder how that universe got to the spaceships and stuff. Like, since they've had so many different types of extended universe, you know, literature and games. I don't
think they really like touched into like the beginning of what became. Like, I really don't think they touched on and what became the Force and who was the first Jedi and things like that. They did tell stories here and there, but they never went fully into like the first person with a lightsaber kind of shit. No,
because, you know, that stuff is cool and all, but I always wonder who's the one that made the first starship.
Yeah,
I wonder about that. They have a fleet.
I wonder where they got all these fucking workers
in real life. You know what I mean? Like, so when the hell in that universe did they start making fleets? When did you get the materials to go into space? Yeah. I want to know, were there cave people in that world?
I don't know. There's a lot.
Never exist.
There's like a whole like extra shit like in the Star Wars
supposed to be in the past, right?
Yeah.
So, what? When did we lose the technology? Man, Okay, let me ask you this: does Star Wars ever get to the point where everything ends?
It looks like. Well,
where they fuck up the universe and it becomes the past.
So everything. Okay, so there's a actually good explanation. If you actually Freddie Prinze Jr. just went on a fucking Star Wars rant. He kind of explains everything, pretty much what Star Wars is, and this is actually from George Lucas himself, and seeing the Force is pretty much the star of everything that's Star Wars. The Force is always a balance of the Force. So if one villain is big in Force, then you're gonna have then you're gonna line up having a hero that's bigger in Force. Then you're gonna have a villain that's bigger in Force, and then it's gonna go on and on and on and on and on and on until I think they just stop completely using Force.
So who's telling the story of Star Wars?
No one's actually. Yeah, no one's actually really telling the story.
The scroll is coming from the perspective of somebody giving you information.
The Watcher.
Is it literally just? Is it literally just the narrator giving information to a theater full of people, at, you know, quote unquote, at the time?
It's a Watcher.
Like, wasn't it? Oh shit!
It's the Watcher. Yeah. That's gonna be the cross. That's gonna be the cross between Star Wars and Marvel. It's the Watcher.
All right.
He's the one that does the narrations. He's the one that types it. He does it in his galactic computer that just scrolls worlds in the sky.
I always wonder about. I always wonder about that about Star Wars. Is that it's told like a story. Initially, because it's a movie, I get it, it's a damn movie, but that scroll always gives you the impression that somebody is telling you this story.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's supposed to be a long time ago. What does today look like?
Yeah, I think it was just like again during the times and everything like that.
Or do the 7 through 9 movies even say that? They don't even say a long time ago, right? Maybe
a long time ago. No, well, the first movie.
The 7th one? It says that?
No, I actually think they all do.
They all do. Okay.
And then they start the storyline. I think that's just a niche. That was like something they just did with the storylines and just to keep you going. Like I felt like when Star Wars started, like it always felt like it was in the middle of something. It was not just a beginning. None of the movies felt like a beginning. They all felt like they
and they gave us the beginning and we hated it.
And then the beginning didn't even feel like a beginning. It felt like a beginning of Anakin's story. It wasn't the beginning of anything else.
But yes, and you see what I mean. Where my wormhole with Star Wars is, I always want to know what the hell, where'd you even come from?
I think you're just thinking way too much. You
you
want too much information.
But it's like, okay, and here's the interesting comparison. Mass Effect takes a lot from Star Wars and Star Trek.
Yeah.
But even Mass Effect does its due diligence in all those files. Like, you can literally read the beginning and origins of almost everything in that world because they had a guy voice it.
It's
And
crazy.
you could sit there for like hours and listen to the makeup of that universe.
But
Like, you want to know about the Krogans? He'll tell you about the Krogans. Do you even want to know when humans started to be able to talk with aliens? Like, they even have that stuff in there.
so the crazy thing, the thing about Star Wars is the fact that there's so much side story shit. Like if you go with the first 3 movies, you know how many like books they had, video games they had, cartoon series. Well, not really many cartoon series, but mainly books, comic books.
And that's my thing
general.
about it, is that it's a lot of it's in the public eye.
Yeah.
So I've at least come across the majority of it.
Yeah.
But there's stuff like majority of the comics
Yeah.
and the stuff that you had to dig for.
Yeah.
That I don't know if anything ever explained the beginning, and I just feel like
I think
I'm interested. Can they do that?
so. I think the something that you're kind of looking for is maybe if you look into the Old Republic books or the Old Republic stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's something that might kind of not really answer it, but kind of give you a clue of what
Do you
was
know,
what.
You know who put those out? Was that
Shit. Actually, I think Marvel just came out with a new Old Republic book, but Marvel has a shitload of Marvel Star Wars comics now. Like they do the comics, they do the stuff in between stuff. So they do like the stuff between A New Hope and stuff like that. Darth Vader has his own comic.
I didn't know if that was real.
His First Apprentice has his own comic. They have a whole universe of comic books right now with Marvel. But before then, they had the stuff after Return of the Jedi. Then they had the stuff before the original, the first trilogy, the prequels. So there's a lot of like other stories beyond stories of this series, but I don't think anyone actually explains everything throughout. I think they all kind of start somewhere within the story.
Yeah. I get it. I just wonder if they ever could. You think they could pull that off? Or if they ever would?
I don't think they would.
would.
I think that's the thing about Star Wars is the fact that
think they would.
it makes you. It kind of gives you the theories, and I think that's what Star Wars
Here's
is
my
more
thing.
than anything.
Hold on. You just said theory. You know what just popped into my head? A caveman in a cave, and he just looks at a rock, and it starts to shake. And that's it. You cut it. That's a trailer.
Yeah.
To the beginning of Star Wars, a caveman in the cave.
Yeah.
He looks at a rock and it floats. Like,
But it is crazy. It has a lot of mental. So the first thing we did on the cast was we did a review of A New Hope, which is the first movie of Star Wars, not the prequel, but this is the first movie that came out, and that's how we're gonna go with it. So we're gonna do the first 3 trilogy, then sadly the prequels. I hate the fucking prequels. Jackie's the only person I ever met in my life. My girlfriend Jackie is the only woman I ever met in my life that loves Phantom Menace.
How young was she when she saw it, though?
I don't know. I know her brother loves Jar Jar Binks, and I'm trying to find something Jar Jar Binks for him.
If you were a kid when you saw that movie, I could imagine that being like the best movie ever.
She likes that movie a lot.
I can imagine.
I couldn't stand it when I saw it in theaters. I didn't. I hated Anakin.
I waited on. That's like one of the only movies I ever waited online for. But here's the kicker: it wasn't in an area where there was a big line.
No,
it was literally like the other dudes just waiting.
like,
Me and my friends from high school.
This is a Star Wars movie. Yeah,
and there was like the opening.
the
It was an opening for it, like on the 84th and like Columbus. There was a theater over there, like around my high school.
Oh, okay.
It was mad small.
Yeah.
And they did a day one thing, and we just lined up. And I was like the 4th person in, and I saw Phantom Menace the day it came out. And then I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
The only person. Yeah. I lost interest like halfway through. I remember Jar Jar. That's it.
Yeah.
And pod racing.
Yeah.
That was cool. I liked pod racing.
So,
did you ever play the game for 64?
It
was
wasn't
really
bad.
good.
That wasn't bad.
It was really good.
So we did our review on that, and that's pretty much where we went with that cast. The next one will be next month, along with our Morphincast. There will be like a monthly cast that we do.
Are you gonna do like the games too?
Once we do the movies, I think we're gonna get into some of the games. You probably get into some of the cartoon series. Probably the Christmas
Let me know
special.
when you hit the Super Star Wars, please.
Okay, I actually have that game too. But yeah, so that's our new cast. Not a Trekkie. Definitely check it out. It will be posted up sometime this week, along with the Morphincast that we did in space. Yeah, and then we did a Morphincast that's in space, Power Rangers in space, which still holds up to being my favorite season.
In space.
Such a good season. I loved it. And then we have those casts coming, so that'll be a Thanksgiving gift from us to you. We have extra casts, and then we're doing these, and then they'll be out this week.
Turkey time.
Yeah. You have any traditions that you do, Thanksgiving wise? I kind of lost my thing. Like I do it once in a while, but I'm not big into tradition shit anymore.
What I do, I just go to someone else's house and eat.
There you go.
Hey, hi.
Do you got food? I'm coming.
Hey, where food at? All right.
Yeah.
That's about it. I don't shop on Black Friday either because I'm not really a big consumer. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Unless there's like deals on pants. You got some nice pants on Black Friday. Who's
Target.
selling good? Really?
Target got pants like $15.
All right. Well, me and Mr. Target are going to talk.
Target, and then you had the bigger one near yours in Harlem. So that was that.
They open really early. I think they open at like 6:30
for the holidays.
I swear, they open really early. So yeah, that's an experience too. Walking through that Target like empty.
Yeah.
Man.
Like the Best Buy on 14th Street is 24 hours again.
Oh really? Okay.
Just for the holidays, and then they go back to stuff.
Understood.
So I was like, oh, cool. So that's what we're going. I found that out when I went to pick up my Star Wars.
Okay.
Talking about Star Wars.
I'm about to say you beat a certain game.
I just finished Jedi Fallen Order, and damn, that was a good game. It was a really good game. Like in general, with being a Star Wars game, it was just a really fun game.
Do you think it was as good as as fondly as you remember Shadows of the Empire? Do you think you're gonna remember this one as
I didn't like Shadows of the Empire that much.
A
lot of people like it. I never got into it.
So what's your favorite Star Wars game?
I'll say Rogue Squadron was one of them.
Okay, so I'll replace that game with this game.
It's two different games.
No, I'm saying, do you think this one's gonna stand the test of time when you remember?
I think it's a good enough game that's a unique experience, especially for a Star Wars mythos and shit, because it has a really great story. This game takes place probably a little bit after Rogue One and before A New Hope, so it takes place in that mid area that Darth Vader started making his own fleet of Jedis and shit like that. And honestly, like, I'm kind of going to spoil it now. Like, Darth Vader's in the game, and he actually does a big shit. So I'm not going to tell you the ending, but he is part of this game. But
see it for yourself.
Pretty much, it takes a place after the Order of 66, which is pretty much kill all Jedi. Anyone that affiliates with Jedi must die.
Do they show them killing all the Jedi?
If you remember, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, towards the ending, they did the order while motherfuckers were in the elevator, and they were like, it's time to kill them, okay. And killed all the Jedi. So, yeah, you see it a lot in that movie. So basically, that's kind of the game. The guy you are is kind of a hidden Jedi, a hidden person that did the Force and everything like that. You'll meet up with a crew, and one of them was a former Jedi master and things like that, and she kind of stopped using the Force. So once she met him, she trying to teach him and ways to do it better and whatnot.
Is everybody who learns the Force an orphan?
It has to be within your bloodline, so it has to be. He had a family member somewhere.
No, but like I noticed. Does that character know his family?
I think he did, and they kind of died or whatnot.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's weird because a lot of the times if they killed by the Empire or they killed someone, they're killed by somebody.
Well, it makes sense that they're killed by the Empire.
Yeah.
because at the they eradicating Jedi.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So yeah, it's a really good game. They have a lot of similarities to if you ever played Dark Souls or Bloodborne, how the counter system and the parry system work and things like that. You really need to know what you're gonna do in the fight. So when you go in, if you go in head first, most likely, maybe if you're playing on like the Jedi level or the hardest level, more likely you're gonna die. You're gonna die a lot. You're gonna die way too many times. So I did play on the hardest level. There was times that I had to sit down, drop the controller, and like, I gotta take a little break because I'm gonna kill this game. But other than that, storyline was really good. Really strong story. I'll go more into it. The game has been out, so I could go more deep into the story and whatnot. But is it well worth it? Yes. If you can catch a good deal on Black Friday, maybe $40-$50, it's well worth a game. It's a lot of fun. It's an easy platinum game. It's not easy, but you could do everything in one playthrough.
Gotcha. Okay.
So as long as you can do everything in one playthrough, I think it works out because it kind of like in Spider-Man in that sense, because Spider-Man was able to do one playthrough.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
I was able to do everything in one playthrough. So yeah, except for the New Game Plus when they added that. I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
But it doesn't ruin my platinum. So. Gotcha. There you go.
I was gonna ask you, what do you have a favorite moment since you've played through the entire game? I mean, if it's the end, don't spoil it. But if it is,
that end, the last hour of the game was freaking crazy. Like,
really? Okay.
The way they did everything and the way they did the characters and how everything went to play was cool. One thing I really liked about the game, and this is probably one of the first things I've seen that kind of explains how the lightsaber is made.
Really? Okay.
So you go through your lightsaber got destroyed, and you got to go and get a new crystal for your saber. They actually did the story of the crystal and what the crystal does and what the colors mean to your character and whatnot. So they did a good job in that, and I gave you the explanation why. And you had to go through all these things. The crystal has to choose you. You don't choose the crystal, kind of thing. And it was pretty cool. I thought that was kind of cool because it kind of gave you like a more of an origin of what the lightsaber is.
And so everything was well done. So it was like it had a better impact.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if it was bad, like the first 3 movies,
yeah,
it would make you upset.
I'm really not looking forward to watching those. I'll probably watch them with Jackie because she likes.
I like the third one.
The third one was alright. Third one was alright. I just got tired of Anakin Skywalker shit. Like, he became a whiny bitch to me, and I just didn't like him. But then again, in New Hope, one thing I learned after watching New Hope, I really wanted to punch Luke Skywalker in the face.
But you know what? He was more like inquisitive and whiny.
But I think
I was just like, why?
I think that was the purpose, though. I think he made him to be annoying. Like, I think he was supposed to be that cocky, arrogant kid.
Well, also you gotta remember that too. That's the unfortunate part of Lucas going back to make the things out of before. Is like, well, of course he'd act like that. That's his father, so we're gonna keep that trait for the main character.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, nah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, it's a great game. I recommend it to anyone. If they like Star Wars, they like action games. Well, I'll say adventure games. I call it more of. I think it's an adventure game. I feel like you feel like you're in an adventure. You're climbing. You're doing Tomb Raider shit. You're doing Uncharted shit. You're doing lightsaber shit. So there's a mixed bag of everything. So, and I like how once you get the force powers, it's fun.
Let me ask you, because these are few and far between. Do you think this is like one of the better lightsaber games in the Star Wars franchise? Because I can't really think of any really good lightsaber games. I'll be honest. Like, even Force Unleashed was.
I think the first Force Unleashed, I think, was great with it.
I had it, dude. It was buggy. My experience is marred by bugs. That's the unfortunate part.
I'll say this was probably one of the better ones because even Battlefront didn't really have much of a lightsaber game. It was kind of like Halo with the sword. You had one move and that was it.
Yeah.
So this one was more like you could block, you could deflect lasers. You could use the Force to pull them and stab them, and you were able to find the double lightsaber and all that shit too. So you were able to do a lot of things, and you also was able to customize it so that lightsaber was your character because you was able to customize it the way you wanted to look and everything like that. One thing I did like, because the character you are, he's not a bad guy. He does not return evil and everything like that. So all his lightsaber colors has nothing to do with any of the evil ones. You can't use red. He has
So
no
what's the
red.
closest he gets to any of that? Like, it's a weird color for him. Like, does he have orange?
Orange. He has indigo. He has purple. He has a greenish. He has a green. He has a blue. He has a orange. Orange looks like red, so that's the closest one. Cool thing about it, like I was telling you, like if you pick like the orange color, your controller is orange, the light. If you pick blue light, purple light.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I was like, that's cool.
So play the game in the dark.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the game though. I truly enjoyed it. I felt like probably the only thing that kind of annoyed me was I wish there was a fast travel.
Oh, because you said the worlds, they're connected and you have to go through them, right?
Yeah, you had to go. If you miss something, you have to go right back through them and like that. At least they give you like a clue where they're at, because before if you don't have the power, it's red. So once you get the power, then it turns green. So that means you could go and open it.
Gotcha.
So at least they did that. But other than that, like having to backtrack a lot of these stages, especially they're like 5 or 6 levels and shit, it's like, oh, fuck, I can't do that whole again. I don't remember. So there's a lot of memory in that stuff. But again, the game was fun. The game was a lot of fun. So definitely check it out. Now I'm lost without a game. Like I need a new game to play. I may pick up Pokemon, or I may pick up Luigi's Mansion. I don't know yet, but I gotta get the kids stuff first. Yeah, I'm gonna get the kids stuff first. Once I get that out the way, then I could.
Yeah, you can get them Luigi's Mansion. Do they play Luigi?
Yeah, my little nephew wants it, so I gotta get Luigi's Mansion. I'm gonna get Pokemon Sword and Shield for my nieces. Actually, I should not even be saying this because I think my nieces listen to this, guys.
Oh no!
Yeah, my niece. I know for a fact my niece Jordy listens to the cast because she always talks to me about it. So, yeah. So, Jordy, I'm not getting you.
Do they have a Switch Lite?
One of them is getting it, and I'm not gonna say who.
Well, look, if you want to save, there's a deal on it.
Yeah.
Thanks to GameSpot. Google is having a Black Friday sale, which is weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that's about. But apparently, you could buy it from them.
Okay.
And it's $175, so you can save $25. Very interesting. It's literally Google Shopping.
Okay.
And they have a deal on Switch Lite. Very weird. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, Black Friday's coming up, so there's gonna be a lot of deals, a lot of crazy
things.
There's 2 games I'll probably try to pick up.
Okay.
I may try to pick up the new Call of Duty just for the. I like the campaign, so I heard a lot of good things about the campaign.
I actually have as well, but I've also heard the co-op for some reason is like better.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, because they went back to the basics.
Then like the last few, maybe not the last one. I think people liked. What was the last?
Infinity War.
Blops 4? No, they still up to 3, right?
Yeah.
There was another Call of Duty that was very recently before this.
Black Ops or Infinity War?
Yes. It was Black Ops. It was the one with the orange stripes.
Yeah, Black Ops 3.
So that was the last last one of those games?
Yeah, that was the other company that did it though.
Okay, so I've heard that the people like that multiplayer as well, and so this one is actually more fun.
They said
the Call of Duty game.
They went back to the basics.
So it's sounding like that game all around is good.
Yeah, Commander plays it. He likes that game.
Yeah, so I mean, if you can play first-person shooters, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, unless you don't like regular, because that's Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
You don't like stuff grounded in reality. I get it, because I kind of like space stuff and weird things, like Borderlands like stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I might pick it up because it's like down to $30 on Friday, so I might try to pick that up. Honestly, maybe Outer World. Actually, no, I have Outer World. I have for the Xbox, like it's on the pass, so I'm probably just play it on the Xbox.
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Isn't there still a deal for the pass going on, or is that over the $1 deal?
Yeah, $1 for 3 months.
Yeah, when you sign up.
3 months, $1. Jump on that shit.
Also, listen, if you don't have an Xbox One X, multiple outlets are doing the $150. The S discless one.
Yeah,
I'm kind of interested in it. It's mad cheap. It's I think it's $100 without the deal, like 125.
That's not bad.
Like that. Like,
That's not
what?
bad. You just need a SD.
A subscription.
You need a hard drive.
It comes with a big ass hard drive.
Yeah?
That's the whole thing. I think
Okay.
that one is also a terabyte.
Okay.
And I know like it's supposed to come with a subscription to the service. So
They follow my idea.
that's pretty much they stole it.
I should copyright that. Fuckers. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, it's $1 for 3 months. Like, if you're not gonna get on that deal, you're gonna get an Xbox. Get on that deal. Like, you can play all the exclusives on there. It makes sense.
I mean, what's the fidelity on the S? Is it that the X is the only one that does 4K?
The S does 4K. It's just that the X has a faster processor and everything like that.
That's the one
S,
that's like
yeah.
Pro with the better. It's a better version of the system, right?
Yeah, I have the S and I can run in 4K. I don't have the X.
Okay, so get yourself a 4K TV and get you that, and you still probably pay under $300. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about is ridiculous because like the Walmart TV sales are like, you can get a 40-something inch TV for 120.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I know. The whole thing is their last year's model, but if you don't have a 4K TV at all,
I'll jump on that. I did that last year. I got my TV for $270.
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and of course, like,
I love my
there's a
TV.
big rundown for Black Friday from. I recommend just go to GameSpot. They have it really nicely like categorized for each store. So there's Walmart. There's like they have the PSN, PS4 deals going on.
Target.
They have Target. Yeah, they actually have Target.
Best Buy has a lot of stuff. GameStop has a lot of stuff.
Like every individual thing is it's opened up here.
So this is something I'll probably discuss in next cast, so we have more time. But there's this YouTube dude I've been watching named Camelot, and he's been doing a lot of GameStop shit.
Okay.
And it's getting like the company's going down. Like,
what's up with that?
So what I'll say is I'll send you the link to watch his videos. Check out the videos, and then we could discuss it next week and have more of a discussion of it because there's a lot to explain. I got Flying Grayson on it, and like he actually was reading it and shit, listening to it and stuff like that. We've been talking about, like, yo, GameStop been like this for years, but now people are really catching on, and the company's doing shit right now. So, like, say for instance, Black Friday. If anyone, like, put it this way, if Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and Amazon have better deals than GameStop Black Friday, GameStop's done. Like, they won't be able to make past the first quarter because this year there's not really big games out, like big, like, huge titles to buy, and there's no system.
Man, Shenmue 3 is real.
But there's no, like, I think the thing about this year is like there's no system. There's no systems out.
I'm joking.
There's no brand new system out. The Switch Lite doesn't really count. Yeah, and there's no big system out, so there's no like big chances to buy software for a brand new system, things like that. And the fact that the Game Passes are coming out and things like that, it leaves even less of a margin for me to, like, say for instance, I buy a system now. Am I gonna buy games if one of the Game Pass is out?
No,
I'm just gonna buy the Game Pass and fucking play the games.
You don't have to make as big of a commitment because for the same price of a full game, you can get X amount of months of the service.
Yeah, so so it's gonna be a crazy thing when it comes out next year. Like, I say about it, like the mid next year, I think GameStop you're gonna start seeing like start falling little by little.
Yeah.
Because even the Think Geek store doesn't even help as much because they do make profit off of it, but it's not enough to cover a lot of the shit they're losing. And then they have terrible management, they have terrible corporate people, they have terrible everything, and they're forcing. It's a lot of bullshit. Definitely check out the videos. I'll send you the link so you can watch all the videos he had. But he has crazy stories and shit like that, and he's a big reason why a lot of dudes are getting fired because they're watching his videos and shit. So. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. So I'll send you the link so you definitely check it out.
All right. You know what? I'm not gonna be able to top that.
Yeah.
So we get into here. I don't want to go too long. Unless you got something else.
PS4 has crazy sales right now. Definitely check it out. Xbox has crazy sales right now. Check it out. If you have $1 on your bank account, you can have the Xbox Game Pass with online with the Xbox Live Gold. Get Xbox for the PC and the Game Pass. or for $1 for 3 months.
Yep.
And
it's a good service. It's not even a gimmick. It's a good service.
Shit, it's doing better than Google Expedia right now.
Oh yeah, we forgot to even bring that. Well, you know what? It's not really a big deal. Neither one of us have it, so
yeah,
I can't give first-hand experience. But everything I've heard is just underwhelming.
Yeah, and I heard the Xbox game, the xCloud is doing way better, and it's in a beta.
And what's that exactly? It's like not a competitor, but it's Xbox's version of the same type of service.
It's the same exact service that Google Expedia promised, but Xbox is actually delivering it.
Really?
Yeah.
So you could just stream. So what they want to do is to do.
You could run the games on your phone, run your games on the tablet.
The tablet, yes.
And you need.
And see, here's the thing that sucks. Is that the edge that Stadia supposedly had was the controller that was supposed to be lagless, and they're like, but there's like you can't stop the lag already. So people are playing it. They're saying they're advertising that you're not supposed to feel any lag.
Yeah.
And people are just like, no, I can feel it. Like this undeniable that you and playing fighting games, dude. They advertise Mortal Kombat 11 on their service. It's one of the games you get. Like if you subscribe to the Big Boy deal, that was the only way that anybody could get in there. It was the $30 package to get the Stadia.
Yeah.
And they came with the controller, and I heard that they're supposed to come with a certain type of wireless dongle for the controller, but they're saying that it doesn't work.
Yeah, right now you can't even do wireless. You have to have the control connected to the thing to even do it on the phone and shit. And I heard it's really uncomfortable.
So here's the thing I'm saying. If they were promising lagless feel to the controller wirelessly, and people have it now wired, and they're saying they can feel the lag, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? That's bad.
They promised a lot of shit and they didn't deliver. So there's a YouTube channel I follow called Metal Jesus Rocks. He does a lot of he does a lot of video game issues. He actually has a video of why he canceled the Google Stadia. Like he was part of one of the founders and everything like that, and why he canceled it. Why he canceled it was when he found out that half the things that was supposed to be day one was stripped off of it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. There's actually a big rundown. There's a highlighted article again on GameSpot.
Yeah,
this is where I was. That if you want to, you could read it, and they basically break down just numerous things. It's not even those two. It's just those and other major things that are missing from the service.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's really weird.
It's crazy. Like again, the way it tried to sell itself is a whole different thing than what it came out to be. And then honestly, this is the thing that someone was saying on Kind of Funny. It was like, why didn't you just call it a beta? I think if they would have just called it the beta run of the system, I think people would be more forgiving. But the fact that this is supposed to be the system that's supposed to be better than this and do this better and do this better and stuff like that, and then xCloud comes out and is like, hey, this is a beta, check it out, try it out.
The thing that
we'll give you a subscription for free just to try it out.
The thing that I feel that they fail the most at is the lineup of games and the games not being a part of a service.
Yeah.
You have to buy any of the games that aren't on their list of the free ones. I think Destiny 2. Yeah. And there's one other game that you get free.
Yeah.
All those other games you have to buy.
Yeah.
So why would you buy them for inferior quality?
Yeah.
And an inferior experience overall because of the lag.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why would you do that?
Nah, it's crazy.
So they're already shooting themselves in the foot on the value.
Yeah, and right now, what I'm seeing for Microsoft is doing with that xCloud and what they're gonna plan to do with the Scarlet and things like that. I was like, man, Xbox kind of has something going. Like, it might just be that one thing that will make itself a better contender next year, next for the next cycle, is that streaming service. Theirs is flawless. Like, they had their problems before, but now it's fucking works amazing. The games download fast. They do everything. They run smoothly. They run as good as the game actually is gonna run. Like, you can't control the companies that make them, because you can't take care of their problems, but it could run.
But they have their advantage.
Exactly. But this is what they've been working on for quite some time. They've been working on it for the last year, like 2 years or so. So this is the thing, and now they're giving them their main titles for free on this thing. Like, again, and they're giving you deals to just try it out. They just want people to play it. So if you play it and you like it, you're more likely going to get it. And honestly, especially if you're buying an Xbox, if you're buying that cheap Xbox, the 120 Xbox, pay $1 for 3 months of fucking free games for 3 months. That's a no-brainer right there.
Mm-hmm.
And they have
kind of ridiculous.
And look, and look at the games they have freaking ready to go. You have Forza. Any of the Forzas are there. You have freaking Gears of War 5 and the whole series of Gears of War. You could go through all Gears of War for your 3 months.
You could go through more than that because of the latest additions. Yeah. All the Final Fantasies have been added.
Yeah. Yakuza.
The Yakuza was at 0 through 2.
Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2.
There's a bunch of other stuff that's recently just been
so there's a lot of good shit there. Like, honestly, with my playthrough with Zero,
that's another one.
Resident
Evil, I think, is gonna be on there. I'm not maybe before the end of next year.
They got a lot of
good stuff. Next year is just the new cycle.
Yeah, but Xbox hasn't really even said anything about the Scarlet, so there's not I think the Scarlet is gonna be a little longer than the PS5. I think PS5 is next year. Yeah.
I think we'll have to hear something by E3 though.
I say by E3. I have a feeling that Microsoft may do it in their own little thing, but I could see E3.
Yeah, they have an event, right?
Yeah,
they have like a big.
Yeah, it's a little further up. It's like in fall.
Got you. Okay.
So it's gonna be interesting. Like, the next game cycle, honestly, one of the big things is gonna be the streaming wars, and look at what's happening with the streaming movie wars right now. With Netflix and Disney Plus. Disney Plus came out fucking swinging.
Well, they didn't even have to, because they own everything. That's the whole thing. They have this. They're the guy with the big swole arms that speaks softly.
But the funniest shit, besides Mandalorian and that new Lady and the Tramp movie, most of the stuff that's been watched on there are old stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, Gargoyles is it's one of the top streaming things on there. The Gargoyles and Darkwing Duck. Those are the two top streaming cartoons right now. And The Simpsons.
That's what I was about to ask you. Was The Simpsons up there too? Well, that makes the most sense.
Yeah, Simpsons. 30 years of The Simpsons.
So, like, when you have that, you don't have to beat the door down. They come to you.
And then they have a lot of childhood. They have Boy Meets World. They have things like that.
They also have the value too, because you have to remember, you could do all this and then it'd be an arm and a leg. Yeah. The value is already just there.
It's $7. If you have Verizon, you can get it for free a year. If you have like Verizon Fios or TV or even their phone, you get a year for free.
Yeah. Merc, can you wrap it up?
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna wrap this up. This is the Get Smash Road podcast. I'm Merc with the mic. That was Louis Beans. We'll be back on our regular schedule Sunday around 1 or 2 o'clock. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Have a happy holidays and everything like that. You can find us on all our social medias on this Twitch channel. We do have a link tree. A link sheet to all our links below. But you can follow us on the RedCycloneInc pages. You can follow us on the Facebook page, RedCycloneInc, and the Wrestling Babble. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, WordPress, SoundCloud, and YouTube, or RedCycloneInc. You can find me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitch TV, Twitter, Instagram, and on the Facebook pages, all Merc with the Mic. Please like, subscribe. Please check out our channel. We do these live every Sunday. We have 2 extra bonuses, the Not a Trekkie show and the Morphincast coming this month as well. So this week is going to be full of content. Definitely check it out. Please like, subscribe. And all I gotta say, peace out, and always remember, follow the Jinkies. Laters.